Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Gregtech Community Edition Modern. Last time we got ourselves the brand new circuits that basically I thought the funniest thing is I realized that all of them, not quite all of them. Oh no, that one does have an eye too. But they all have eyes in them. I guess I tried to take a picture with the eyes in them and I didn't get the one of them, sadly. But basically, like they're live circuit boards. It's kind of cool that they decided to go with that. But we tried to get ourselves the network adapter up and running, as this singular one that we had is not going to cut it. So I've actually put together everything that I need to be able to assemble another one of our HPCAs, as well as the network bridge. That singular little pocket of the palladium ore ended up helping out with that, which was great. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, that is the iron one. So I let things run while I was away, and all of my turbines were broken by the time I came back, so I was completely out of power. So ended up having to wait for that to fill up a little bit, as what we're getting into is going to require lots of power. And it's kind of crazy because we're already back up to 8 million, and it's kind of crazy to see how well those work out for us. Anyways, let's get right on into it. We need to go ahead and build ourselves another HPCA over here on this other side, which we're going to go ahead and start by breaking out these two pieces of glass right here. 1, 2. And then I guess it goes all the way up. So we're going to want to make sure that we place our blocks up top, which we have a vent. I guess we can just go in there. I don't need to worry about water as we got this wonderful helmet system. So we need vents. We need our advanced computer casings around the top in a 5. Ooh, hello? Oh, that's the wrong one. Place that there, and then we grab these ones. That's why. Okay, so we need our advanced computer casing, like, C here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Get ourselves our heat vents out, and then that will cover over the top for us the way that we need to. And we can go ahead and start smashing the glass parts that we need to get out of the way. So we need this one moved all the way to right here. And then we'll just have to build our way down. So on the back side, we've got ourselves the regular computer casings, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Back and front side. But we need we got our fluid input hatch. And I don't think, yeah, those are just advanced casings. So we got our fluid input hatch. All of our hatches over here. So you've got 1, 2, and then a bunch of hatches. And those are on the outside. So let's do the outside. It's my regular computer casings right there. I may not have enough of those. I might have to queue up some more in a minute. So we got the 2. We've got our energy hatch, which they have right in line there. So we're going to wait on that. We'll get our input hatch here to right on the back side. That was not the right one. Hold on. We want that one there. Then we'll do this one here. We'll do our data transmission hatch right here. And then I think, yeah, we have our maintenance right there. And then down at the bottom, we got to do our C shape of the advanced computer casings once again. So we've got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's exactly what I wanted to avoid. Why is... Oh! Sitting here going like, why is that not going to cut it? because we've got our HPCA block. It's going to go right there. Now we just got to get our back filled in over here, which is going to be a little bit of a pain, but got our 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy, come on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. And we just got to fill in our sides out here, which I believe is just computer casings. So we can just pop those on in. 1, 2, 3. And 3 again. And now this is where things are going to change a little bit. So we need our active coolers. We're only going to put 2 on, just like we have over here. So we'll go ahead and try to match it just to make it a little bit symmetrical. We'll do that. And we will do our cooling top, cooling bottom. If I can get out. Can I get out, please? Let me out. Right there. And then the rest of them can be filled in with our heatsink components, but we also want to add our bridge component in, which I'd like to add right there. And then we can add our heat sinks. So those 2 plus the cooling will get that one, allowing us to use a little bit less power in doing so. But there is that one completely filled. And now we just got to go get over here to this other one to fill it in the rest of the way as well. And this will provide us with an additional 32. Really only adding 16 to our previous setup, but you have to so you can insert the bridge component to allow it to do its bridging. And it does look like it does use coolant for the bridging. Is that right? No, okay. So only the computer processors use that. So we got the 8 millibuckets of coolant for that, and that when it's running, to run those 2 things, the cooling demand is 8. We've reached that, and then bridging is enabled at the bottom because of our bridging block. Okay, so that is perfect. That is exactly what we need. I guess the only thing to check on now is how many of these. We needed 19, so we actually do need to queue up another 8 of our computer blocks. So let's go ahead and do. Oh my goodness, can I type properly? Oh, we have them. I forgot that I did queue them up. I just never pulled them out. That's what it was. So now we've got both of these set up. And comes the next part that we're going to have to go ahead and do. So I do want to set it up that all of the things that are going to come to the network switch are going to go right here. So we want to pull this out for just a second. I think we could change that out really quick. We're going to have the data transmission hatch go right there. So let's go ahead and switch so we can break and place immediately. And then we will need on the outside of our computer thing, it looks like it's our computer cases. It's the inside block that is going to be our advanced computer case. So let's get those down really quick as well, so we don't have to stress about all the extra water gushing out the sides here. And there we go. So now let's go ahead and remove the last of these. Well, there goes that one. Do I have any more in here? I don't remember if I put them in here or not. Not in there. What about in here? Nope. So we need fiber optic cables. Let's look at that. Fiber optic cable. Add like 20. Could be plenty there. And one thing I could do. I don't really want to do that because I don't want to have problems. So we're going to go ahead and remove this block here. And, or at least these 3 here. And we can go ahead and add our reception hatches in. So we're going to add 1, 2, and I think the other one will be here because I can build another one of these up top here later and then another one over there. So we'll just hold off on that for the moment. Can it be any of those? Well, technically can be. So, yep, that will be just fine. We're going to have that on the outside so I can read it on the outside there. What else do we want on the inside? I think we just want to go ahead and do our computer casings as the rest of these blocks. And then we'll get it settled outside here. So we'll go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll put our maintenance hatch out here. Because who would want to get wet so they could do maintenance on a computer? We got that, and single, oh no, that's a cooling component. That's that one. So we got everything. We just need that. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so it says it's incomplete. Why do you say it's incomplete? Okay, I'm a little bit confused. Why do we have this issue? Is it because there's not enough transmission? Alright, let's figure this out. Can't get out of here. Let's look at this. Transmission hatches really quick. Oh, you know what? Is that why? No, we need computation. I've got computation. Let me out! If this has been making me feel like it was a very bad idea to do that. So we've got optical, so that's for the research data. This is for the computation data for multi-blocks. Let's build 2 more of those and see if that's what the issue is. Let's go ahead and read up on this thing, because I feel like I am reading something wrong. So the network switch allows multiple HPCAs to be used in conjunction with each other. This allows you to provide far more computation to your research station. HPCAs can be connected to network switches with transmission and reception hatches. Then, the network switch can output to the research station with another transmission hatch. HPCAs cannot connect to network switches by default, and each connected... Yes, so there's nothing about... Ooh, receivers can combine any number of computation receivers into any number of computation transmitters. Yeah, so there shouldn't be any missing blocks, is there? You know, yeah, there is. I just realized, because this is not supposed to be here. That's supposed to be there. This is mine. Where'd it go? Right there. This is not supposed to be there. That's supposed to be a ZPM hatch. Oh. Now I know why, and now I feel like I'm an idiot. Ta-da! No problems whatsoever. Okay, so now we can go in and actually connect our stuff. So let's get the fiber optic cable and connect them into it. I'm gonna have to deal with the power situation in a little bit, but it's fine. So we want our data transmission. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna connect it up with some snippers. And then this one can come on over, up, and across, and then connected as well. And same with this one. Over, up, and over to connect. Just like that. So now comes the last part of we gotta go ahead and bring some power over. So I do have some by 4 cables, or by 2 cables over here that we just gotta bring this one over. So we'll bring that over the rest of the way to there, and that can snip right in for when we've got it ready. Whenever that is. And we just got to get ourselves our LUV cable out to wire up this bad boy down here. Time for a hole right there. Oh, but I might not have a dynamo to hook it up to. I guess we'll have to investigate when we get down here. What do we got? How much is this providing? That's providing directly to that, and that is a by 4 dynamo hatch. Yeah, we're bringing it over there. All right, one more there and done. So now our network bridge should be working just fine. Our network switch. And I did not pay attention to what it was. Okay, it is done with our ZPM energy hatch. We'll be able to supply it up just like so. And now the last thing that we need to do, just to make sure that we don't have any power outage stuff, is we need to go ahead and grab ourselves an interface. Do we have any interfaces? We do. So we'll do that. We will tell this needs to be our PCB coolant, just like the other one. We want a bucket to be stored, and we just need ourselves... Guess I don't have enough of that. Let's get her some more cable. If I could hit the right key, that would be awesome. Fingers seem to be fat tonight. And then I didn't even start it. Done. Okay. We got one. We got a hole. We got a 2, 3, 4, 5. We just got to drag this out. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So that should now be full. We want to check on that before we do anything else. I guess the one thing we could do, I did set us up a ZPM Elite Circuit Assembler in here. And I guess we don't actually have all the stuff that we need for that. We need a pattern provider. So let's grab out that pattern providers. We got a couple more in here. Pop one on there. Where did my cables go? Did I put them away? Hello? I did. Okay. Totally in the wrong place to put them away so that I don't lose them. We'll get our crafting thing set up here. And we need to go make sure that we have the next part, and the whole reason we even upgraded this. We need to be able to start making data modules, which has to be done in an Elite Circuit Assembler for the ZPM tier in a sterile room with our wetware printed boards. And we're going to be using the soldering alloy recipe, as you know me, I like that soldering alloy stuff. Makes things a lot cheaper than just using a ton of tin. So zoom on over here. We might as well make a few of them, as it is something that we do need. So let's look up our data module. And make up like 4 of them. Sweet. Okay, we'll start that up. Let that queue up and go through. And yes, it does require a sterile room to make. It will only take 20 seconds once it gets to there, which is nice. But it shouldn't take too long for us. We can put away the extra things we no longer need. And go back and check to make sure our fluid is entering into places it belongs. So Because without that coolant, that'll literally make those HCPA computation components absolutely useless, and I will be sad at all the amount of material I basically wasted. Yep, so that's full. We got those hooked up. Time to go check out the other side. We've got that hooked up. We've got... yeah, we're all clear there too. And now we've really got, like, our own computation center going. It's awesome to see stuff like that. I just wish this glass had, like, one texture so you could just see through it. It's the only thing that always makes me sad after having played with some of those different mods that allow that stuff. Oh, just so cool. What is... oh, you know what? It would definitely help if I wired it up to some power. Uranium diboride wire. Let's go. So we do have it wired in over here. How many do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could straight up poach it from right there, and that would be fine, because that is exactly the amount that the wire can handle. Let's go ahead and bring it on over. And snip it right on into that line. And we are cooking with gas. Basically making like a petri dish of memory, which is kind of an interesting thing. Reminds me of a video I watched where somebody was having slime mold attack like a mushroom. No, it wasn't a mushroom. It was really, really spicy pepper. I think they went with a ghost pepper. It was attacking a ghost pepper. And just like the pattern it made as it was doing so. Then eventually it made like some... the ghost pepper made some mycelium of some sort that it couldn't attack either. It's kind of the whole idea of, like, it remembers stuff because it did not like the pepper mycelium, because if it ate it, it basically died. So what parts of it ate it died off, and there was just kind of interesting patterns woven into the slime mold after that. I didn't know there was anything that cool out there, like, biology-wise, with tech, but... I mean... some crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy stuff. So once we've got this, there are a couple different things, and this is the main one I wanted to try to get to, but thinking about it, we've got, what, 16, 32... we don't have enough to do this. We're going to need at least one more of those HPCAs. I don't have the materials to make another one right now. We can't get our final processor, but what we can do now is we can get ourselves the UV energy hatch, which is a massive upgrade and can do great wonders for us. I just want to check to make sure you go to make it, it doesn't require anything that we can't get. It looks like that is exactly the case. So if we get that upgrade, we'll be able to use it quite well. So let's get ourselves a ZPM energy hatch. ZPM energy hatch. Ooh, do we need a dynamo too? I think we need a dynamo. Do we need a dynamo researched? We do. So we've got the energy hatch and we've got the dynamo. I guess we want both of those started up. And we can start the research for them. I guess the one thing I really want to check, what does it take to make UV batteries, or capacitors? So for the UV capacitor, we just need that. We don't need to research the LV3, do we? No, we don't. Okay. So what else do we need for the battery? Just ZPM stuff. So you're telling me that if I did the battery, I could do the research thing. Oh, no, I can't because I don't have 96. Well, that's just all the more incentive to make another HPCA, which means after we get some of this stuff, we're probably going to go ore hunting after this. Go find some more ore. Just want to make sure that we can actually run this the way that we need to, because I'm a little bit worried that we might not have enough energy, but let's see. How much power have we accumulated in the meantime? Not a lot. Worries me a little bit, but might be fine. Might not be fine. Find out as soon as we get our stuff. Why is it saying we're crafting more? Huh. Why is it taking so long? Hello? What are you making? What are you making? Qubits. I guess we're still down in some of the supplies that we need. That I could get auto crafted up, but we're almost out of ZPM tier at this point. And I think once we're out of there, I'd rather just like try to move everything over to UV energy. That is a multi-block structure. So we might end up kicking the can on all these ZPM dynamos. Definitely actually have to upgrade my turbine situation if I do that, but I can. I don't mind. It'd be enough, especially since the one thing that we could really do, and it's kind of crazy thinking about that, is we could take these and put them on the bottom, I think? I don't know about that one. We might not be able to put that one on the bottom, but if we can, it's kind of wild, because that means we can basically share all of the multi-blocks that we need to, and instead of having to do multiple inputs, we can share inputs, although it doesn't really save us a whole lot of material-wise, so probably not the best use of it. But definitely allow us to generate more power that we can also set up to only be on when it's needed. Alright, I feel like something's getting held up. This is something that's a common reoccurrence. Yes and no, it looks like. Sodium persulfate. And that one. Where is it? Hello? Okay. Now where's our sodium persulfate? That is some loud machines here. I actually don't remember where it is. It should be in a chemical reactor. Oh, we got it. So it's working. I just didn't see it wherever it was. So now we just gotta go check. How are we doing power-wise now? I don't want to be, like, adding a super major deficit if I'm gonna also be... What do we got? Ooh, that's a big deficit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that just yet. Yeah, that just shot up. That would be really bad if we put it in just now. There's our ZPM. Okay, not bad, not bad. Now let's go see how bad it is the moment we dump our research stuff in here. Grab out our other one that we're going to want. How bad is it? Energy hatch. Data module. What? What is it? Insufficient energy? What are you talking about? Oh, no. We know we have the energy. What are you talking about? Hello? ZPM. Let me out! Ugh. If we have the energy, insufficient energy input. I have a by 4 hatch on there. What do you mean? Which a by 4 hatch is enough as one of these. And it's CPM tier. Right? I didn't just attach his... Yeah, it's CPM tier. What do you mean, not enough energy? Hello? Did I look at something wrong? That is the computations needed. That is the EU needed. And 1 hatch equals that. So we should have plenty of energy. What do you mean? Is there something else that's not working or something? My network switch not working? It's not. What? Why is it not working? So this is a computation reception. This is a computation transmission. Transmission. Okay, this is gonna like... This is gonna make me a little angry. What's going on here? What if I turn that off? Break it. And replace it. Maintenance is fine. Alright. Maybe we do need these other ones? What do we got here? We got our data transmission hatch. I'm so confused though. Like, why would this be a problem? So now let's see. What does this say? 32. Yeah, something's telling me I really don't understand what's going on here. What if I remove that one? Or we replace that one? Don't think that's how this works, but... Oh, something's up with the other one. Why is the other one not working? So that's the working one. Okay, so if this is the working one, what's up with the other one? The reception hatch. Alright, I'm gonna fiddle with this, and when I figure it out, I'll come back with the solution. So I'll be right back. Alrighty there. So I figured it out. I don't know why, but I had to just break this HPCA block and replace it to get it to finally recognize, and now we actually have our 64 CWU units. I tried upgrading the ZPM hat to a ZPM hatch. Thought that might be the problem, but I have no idea if that also contributed to it or not. But now we should be able to go ahead and put that in there along with our energy hatch, and there we go. We are now researching even more. Oh, that was a pain in my butt. It was very much making me regret building this in water, or like flooding this room to make it look cool. I think that's one of the reasons I was looking at somebody else's video to find out how it worked, and they were struggling just as hard as I was. And there was nothing in that video to help me out. I literally just was like, hey, I've done everything he's done, so let me just try and break and replace that the multi-block thing first. And that is essentially what worked it out. I was like, okay, well, but yeah, they built a flat area just like me, because it's the whole, like, anytime you make something look nice and then you have to tear it apart to get to something, you feel like, why did I waste my time? But it looks like we're not going to use too much, because I don't think it's going to take 24 minutes to get through that whole research. We're just going to have to make sure we don't do too much more. And then we have so much of this coolant now, we're pretty well off and set there too. So now all that's left is to wait for our two things to fold up, and that will do our research for, this is the button I wanted to click, to get our hatches and finish this quest up here. And with that one, all we would need to do to move along to our next piece is get our actual wetware mainframes, which is going to require me going to mine more iridium, as without it, I'm not going to be able to make another. We only need to make another one for the wetware circuits, but for some of the other stuff we got to research, we need to make 2 more. That's something I was noticing. So we just go into here. This one only requires the 1 more 32 on top of what we have to get the mainframe. But if we want to start getting to the UHV stuff or the battery, oh, it's going to be even 1 more on top of that, isn't it? No, it's only another 16. Which, I think if you're crazy, you might be able to squeeze 1 more in there. So what if we did 2 more cooling units? We'd have 1 more spot. Yeah, we could do a 4 in every single one of them if we added 2 more cooling units back in, or 3 cooling units back in, and then added the smaller one. And I think it is just another 4. Which would mean it would go from a 16 to a 20. Or sorry, 32 to a 36. That's what it would be, because it's 16 for those ones, right? A 32 max, so it's 16 per. So the other one adds 4, so we would go from a 32 to a 36, which would get it to us as well. Sweet, there is our first one. And our second data one that we want to do, my only concern is how much battery power do we have left after that. I know that was a lot. I think we have enough to be able to go ahead and set that straight through, because it did not take us 20 minutes here to add that through 3 episodes. So I'm going to go ahead and run that through as well. And in the meantime here, I'm just going to say thank you guys for watching today. Got ourselves that network switch set up and an additional HPCA to actually add to our research capacity here on our data center. So that is wonderful. We'll actually get... Alrighty there. Ran out of disk space, had to go clear some stuff off so I could finish up the episode. But thank you very much for watching, and I appreciate each one of you who watched till the very end. Please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed and want to see more. I will see you guys next time. Bye!